go. That's one tongue twister. It's January on the SS Korea ship. It's almost 2 weeks now since we left Japan. I can't believe how quickly time has gone. So, our next port of call will be Shanghai. Who's there? Who could be at this hour? Detective? A great detective. Who is this? If you would just be so kind as to open the door. Sorry, of course. Is something wrong, detective? Are you investigating a case? Wherever a great detective goes, great cases occur. Indeed, at the root of all evil? Sorry? I don't think I want you in my cabin. Under our very noses on the steamship, a terrible theft has just occurred. What? You noticed, I presumed, a brief power failure a short while ago. The power couldn't have been out for more than 10 minutes now. Indeed, yet that was ample time for this wicked crime to be perpetrated. I see. Well, clearly it's a case that needs investigating. Precisely. The culprit ran away in this direction. Now the first-class cabin passageway. Really? The thief came this way? Quite sure of it. He may have escaped the attention of the dim-witted crew, but not of the great detective. To that end, I would be obliged if you would allow me to investigate here in this cabin. Well... I'm curious, is there some reason why it would be inconvenience to you to have the cabin searched? Inconvenience me? Well, I'd be lying if I said no. After all, you're hiding our stowaway. It's just me here, you see, no one else. You might perhaps want to focus your attention on the other first-class cabin. As it happens, you are the only first-class passenger at present. The other cabins are vacant. Awkward. There's a groan coming from my wardrobe. Did that rather tropic rumbling or stomach arise from within you, my good fellow? Of course. As I said, I'm the only person in here. Not long until dinner time now, so perhaps we could do this after. I do apologize, sir, but it's of the first importance that the investigation is not delayed. Now if you'll excuse me. Wait, where'd he go? How did he follow me all the way there? Without a doubt, if the culprit were to be hiding in this cabin, it would have to be inside this wardrobe. I shall need to examine this wardrobe thoroughly. I presume you have no objection? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to decline. Choo, choo. Oh dear. What have I got myself into? Wait. Why did a detective have to come and search me? Why me? Did those two rather tragic sneezes arise from your good self? Of course they did. As I said, I'm the only person in here. You have a curious knack of talking while sneezing there. Why is no less? This is gonna be a tough one to argue. I'm watching you quite intently, sir. I assure you I saw no signs of a sneeze. Couldn't be Nurse K have held his nose. As I was saying, I shall need to examine this wardrobe. We've had it now then, the game's up. Nobody's in here. Seems. What? He seems surprised. Not at all. He wasn't there for sure. I shut the doors on him myself. More visitors? Who's it now? Excuse me? Seaman Stroganoff? Sorry for your disturbing, but a crime has been committed on board the ship. I heard a terrible theft apparently. How do you know this? Well, the detective here just informed me, you see. Detective? I assume you must have asked him to investigate. The detective, could you... Where did he go? I must ask you to fully cooperate with investigation into this crime, fully. Uh-oh, he's glaring at the wardrobe already. Well done, you found me. What are you doing hiding in my wardrobe? Hey, good man, I was merely assessing the practicality of concealment in such a place. And I would say that, at a push, a human could survive for up to 5 minutes in that cramped space. No ski. Been there in a fortnight. Is he not human? Who are you? Shh. This is the moment of truth. The great detective is about to unveil the sordid details of this wretched crime. You mean to say... Yes, there can be no doubt that the culprit of this terrible theft did indeed conceal himself within this wardrobe. What? That's impossible. He couldn't have done. My best friend wasn't there the whole time. He said he was. How can you be sure of this? Elementary, my dear fellow. The criminal left behind the most revealing evidence. How else could you explain these 3 bones? What? He's right. Look at these 9 bones in there. 3 of them. The criminal has escaped this time. I'll find him and crush him. Can I ask you something, Detective? Yes, of course. I'm always delighted to answer an inquiring mind. Is this terrible theft? What exactly was stolen? What else? Put some steaks on the rib bone. Did you say steaks on the rib bone? For this evening's dinner, 3 rib steaks were stolen from the ship's kitchen only a short time ago. There's a malfunction with the generator, and the ship was gone without lights for 10 minutes. The chef who saw a criminal said he ran away down first-class passageway. Now I'm on his tail. I'm afraid to say, my dear fellow, that your man is no longer in this cabin. But how? Through the cabin door, no less. Having devoured his haul in his wardrobe, the culprit discarded the bones and concealed himself behind the cabin door as he came inside. Then, when attention was turned to the wardrobe, he seized his chance to escape through the open door. Haste, my good man, after the culprit, I shall follow President.
Hold it!
Hold it. Nothing troubles you, sir? I think maybe the criminal's not running away at all. What are you suggesting? Now I know where the dog is buried, Mr. Asogi. Where's Mr. Asogi? Me? Now, when I get the culprit, everything is falling in places. The criminal that disappeared in first-class passageway, bones in the wardrobe. All clues are pointing at their fingers at you. Don't be ridiculous. I would never. Yes, of course, I established at once that you couldn't be the perpetrator of this crime. You did? Oh, how are you so sure? My dear fellow, there are but 2 things in this world which one can rely on with total certainty. But 2 things. The first is the word of a great detective. The second is the tragic rumbling of an empty bell. Not again. When I first entered this cabin, there did arise a gentleman, a belly rumbling so odd, odiously tragic that it confirmed beyond all doubt. The man had not eaten a single rib steak in some time, let alone 3. Ugh. Why do I have to suffer this humiliation? What have I done wrong? And what if I did nothing wrong? Curses, I will catch this thief. Can't have gone far. Indeed, assuming he decided against a post-meal constitutional swim. Well, if you will excuse me now, my apologies for upsetting your evening. Detective, one moment, please. Yes, that was a most remarkable deduction. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to tell me your name? Ah, it quite slipped my mind. You have been talking with the one and only Sherlock Holmes. I see. Well, I'm Kazuma Soki. I'm a student on my way to Great Britain. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Soki. Oh, and before I forget, I feel I should warn you. Live cargo is strictly forbidden on this vessel. So you'd do well to conceal the stowaway currently lying under your bed as carefully as possible. Under the bed? I bid you farewell then, Mr. Sogi. You uncovered our secret. Suppose I should have expected less for a detective. Now then, when did you move from under the bed? It had it when you opened the wardrobe door. Well, it was all thanks to a split-second chance yesterday. What? You distracted him for a moment, remember? He suggested that he investigate the other cabin instead. Oh, he turned towards the corridor, didn't he? Well, I couldn't see what he was doing, of course, but I thought to myself, it's now or never, and the next thing I knew, I was under the bed. You really know how to give me a scare, don't you? Anyway, what's all this about rib steaks, eh? Sorry about that. I've been so hungry. Ever since we left Japan and stuck in that tiny wardrobe, well, you should know. You've been splitting all your meals with me. You must be starving too, surely. Right on cue. There's that power cut before, wasn't there, for around 10 minutes, so it was then. I got whiffed the most delicious smell, and I thought to myself, it's now or never. The next thing I knew, I had steak in my hands. And he just can't help getting himself into trouble. Alright, you're hungry, but these steaks? Thanks to you, 3 crewmen were going to go without tonight, imagine. No, it was just the one. What? I only took 1 rib steak from the kitchen, that's all, but I don't understand. Hey, I'm not that selfish. If I'd stolen 3 steaks, I'd at least have tossed you on your way. I'm not your pet dog. Well, in that case, who stole the other 2? Do you think there'd be a ghost on board? Loving ghost? There can only have been a single bone in the wardrobe when Ryunosuke moved out under the bed. Which means the other 2 bones could have been put there by one very flesh and blood person. What's so funny? We're on a haunted ghost ship. A great detective or a great mischief maker? Either way, I think I'll like to spend a little more time getting to know that. Great Sherlock Holmes.